Welcome. Well, look at this.
I know, right?
This is a new set.
New set. Welcome,
everybody.
So yeah, we took a little break from the podcast.
Had the elves and the DIYers in building this.
Yeah, to redesign a new look set. The reason why the guys have redesigned it this way is because we have got a plan, haven't we?
We do.
To
always have a plan.
go on the road, and when we go out and about, we can take this bit and the bar lights,
yes,
and these chairs fold, and the table, the lid comes off it. Mm-hmm. Is it a lid? I don't know. The top comes off it. The lid comes off, right? The lid comes off. And we can actually take it and we can go places. So if we do go and exhibit anywhere, we can take it and we can do some podcast live. Yeah. Which is quite cool. It's nice to have had some evolvement. It's nice for it to have evolved.
That leads me on to another thing in, not necessarily fake videos, but like we're finding with AI and automation, not necessarily automation, because that can be super useful for a business, as can AI, but the race for real.
AI isn't new. You know, you look at things like Siri and Alexa and all that. Google.
Yeah.
That's
just
all
a massive
AI.
language learning model, right?
Google's AI.
Yeah.
It's just that, you know, it's become more common parlance because it's more with things like ChatGPT, and, you know, people are more aware of AI, if you're with me, even though they've been using it for years.
Yeah.
But we were talking about that. But yeah, the race for real is I think that's a thing that we've spoken about, the fact that there's a hark back to older technologies, people buying vinyl again, people buying CDs again, people, you know, books haven't gone out of fashion. You know, Waterston still exists. Amazon is still selling volumes of books, even though there's a Kindle, because the tangible stuff. Yeah. And I think the race for real is a real thing. I think people like the idea of AI doing stuff for them and taking it away, giving time back. But when it comes to a lot of this stuff, like AI avatars and all that sort of stuff, they have a purpose. Don't get me wrong.
Do. I think your Common and Garden Joe Public would, over time, we think here, don't we, become of the opinion that, oh, that's lazy. Why didn't you make the video yourself?
Also,
that's lazy. Why didn't you write the blog post
but also
yourself?
It can't go to places like, you know, there's limitations. You know, people are saying, oh, you know, people ask us all the time, don't they? They say,
oh, you're
worried. Are you worried? I'm like, no, because you can't, you can have an AI at the moment. It will obviously evolve.
Yes.
But what you can't have is you, AI Matt, walking down Grantham High Street, talking about an event that's going on.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. You know, you can go to ChatGPT and you can say, generate me 50 scripts about this industry, that industry, whatever. Generate me 50 scripts about this, and then you pump it into an AI generated person or an AI generated Matt or whatever. But we tried it and it didn't sound anything like me. Like, we tried it and it didn't.
Yeah,
sound
I think I don't know what the trajectory of it is, but it's getting quicker and better.
Yeah.
Faster and cheaper and more affordable, quicker as well. So there's going to be this sort of tipping point where it won't be expensive to create an avatar of yourself. But no, it's crazy expensive now, but
it can't do the bits like this. Like, it can't do a back and forth. It can't do a dialogue.
Well, it can on its highest level, because remember, had the staff from the street. She'd been to a tech conference and was chatting to a guy. She didn't say his name, but she said, you know, he's an intelligent guy. He'd started a tech startup and had over 100 employees, so it was no small fare. Basically, they hired a guy that had turned up to the interview, but it later translated that it wasn't a real person. A conglomerate in India had got this call center set up. They later found out after doing some digging, got a call center set up where they'd created AI avatars, and the avatars were winning job positions and being paid to do off-site coding or programming or whatever, like, is the norm nowadays. You could have a coder in Romania, like, it doesn't matter. The world's global and 24/7. But this avatar was responding to answers in real time during the interview, got the job. And they only realized the only time they started doing some digging was that basically about once a month for about 3 or 4 days, the avatar's results dropped off in terms of the productivity levels of coding and what they were producing and sending back to the business. When they looked into it a bit more, what had happened was that someone else had taken, he was off for a few days or she was off for a few days, so someone else had replaced their role and was still doing the coding and getting paid and stuff, but they figured out that it wasn't a real person and they'd been completely duped in a real life interview. Well, it was over over video interview, but
Yeah.
they were paying this person.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a real person. Turns out they had a call center full of not real people
Oh.
earning money and doing coding. And it
That's
was only the dropping the results because someone else had come in and taken over his or her job.
equally brilliant and terrifying.
Isn't it just? Yeah. I don't think it's commonplace. And like,
It's, I mean, it takes a lot of energy to run something like that. But I think, yeah, but I mean, day to day, you're not seeing lots and lots and lots of it. It will increase, I think, but I just don't feel like it's.
I mean, stuff like chatbots, like they've been
it's all
around.
good. But for us, at least, we can still go to events and interview people at the events. And
until you buy a really expensive robot, but then you're priced out by expensive tools for the job. Like I saw a video yesterday of and you've seen these. They look like fairly human, the robots, but
Tesla's new ones.
Yeah, there might be Tesla's ones actually, because it was Francis Ngannou, the UFC heavyweight champion. Oh, not at the minute, but and he took 2 punches into the belly off. It was a robot stood up, and it sort of twisted into the punch, and I think he said, "Oh, just do it 30% or something," and he sort of stood there with his top off, ready, and this robot swung and bang, cracked him in the belly, and he was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Go again, but slightly more powerful," and it pretty much wins him, and he's like a massive, like 19-stone hunk of a man, and this robot sets itself, swings in, twists with a hip, bang, and nearly wins this heavyweight UFC guy, and I'm like, what? So until we can afford one of those, send it to Exeter or Wrexham, and it can record and press record on a camera, then we're probably screwed.
I mean, we're a while away.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much they cost, but
I think people still want people.
They do.
People still want people. People still want real people.
We say this in,
people buy from people.
Yeah, in property, like it's a people's game.
It's a people game.
But every business is a people's game, really.
Yep.
I think what it comes down to is that, like, the initial thought or the fear was that AI was going to replace actual humans in actual jobs.
Yeah.
And that will happen to a certain degree. Other humans who are versed in using and prompting, which is the key word, AI to deliver what they want it to deliver, will be replacing humans that can't work AI and can't prompt efficiently. So it'll be a human for human swap, not like suddenly you'll rock in on a Monday morning and Johnny Five will be sat next to you at your desk. Going,
I mean, that is a short.
Your mother with a snowblower.
I mean, short circuit. What a
in fact, we should watch that at Christmas.
They should definitely watch that at Christmas.
Yeah.
Dude, thanks so much.
Thank you.
A little AI insight, and a welcome to the new set. Your own new set.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope you enjoy the rest of our podcast. Please go and have a look at some episodes before we went into set 3.
We've got some great guests lined up.
Incredible
so stay
guests
tuned.
lined up. So stay tuned.